Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Victor, and I'm a coach here at Safehouse. For those who are tuning in for the first time, and for our regulars, then welcome back. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and that you're ready for a fresh week of trading ahead. Sound is good? Yeah, I saw that comment about the prank. I'm not going to believe you now anymore. Thanks, Marius. Yeah, everything looks good on my end too, image-wise and sound-wise. If that's not the case, just let me know, but it seems like it's okay. All right, so we have some things to cover today, huh? We had another weekend move in the crypto markets, so we're going to talk about that. But most importantly for today is, we review the week of trading on Friday, and see how the Monday plans worked out, or what levels were reached or not reached, and what possibilities there were. And on Monday we we set a plan for the week ahead and see what assets. I'm going to cover a few. I'm going to cover Bitcoin. I'm going to cover the S&P 500, the US dollar index, the EURUSD, and then wrap up with Ethereum. So starting and finishing with crypto and the legacy assets in between. Maybe we'll have a quick look at Apple as well, and I think that's going to be enough for the time we have today. Hey, Adam, morning. How are you, man? And that's the plan for today. Okay, so let's see what we can find. Of course, I very much like if you've seen my streams before, and if not, well, then now you know, or you will know. I like to start with a clean chart every day, actually. That doesn't mean I delete everything. As you can see, I have my TA here, but I turn it off just so that I can get a fresh view of what's going on and not get stuck in old biases and miss new information that might have come in, right? That's very important. So this is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. And yeah, you can already see that for the second month in a row, May was already a turnaround month, we could say. From this area, which is, of course, that's the other pivot I wanted to show you. That's the area that you can pretty much approximately see as resistance. I mean, there's a few things you can do to see what kind of a resistance this area is, but that would be a very easy one. So not managing to stay above this pivot and enter the upper part of the chart, and going back down to the lower one by the looks of it, at least on this perspective. And we can see that we're kind of stuck in this connection area between the upper part and this lower range here, and we're just kind of hanging in there. So from this perspective, more bearish. We do have a monthly level of resistance. Let's see, where's my untapped monthlies? There's the untapped monthly levels. Of course, you don't need all of them, but the immediate closest ones would be that 29K1, 29.2. That still remains a very, very nice area of interest. And to the downside, this is a bit of a weird one, but still, this would be a monthly level of support, and the lower one at 16.5. So these are big levels that if price gets close to them, definitely be aware of them. Otherwise, if you're very far away from them, they're not that useful, right? So that's what we've been keeping track of. And let me see, previous month low, there you go. So this is actually a pivot that was very useful last week already for actionable trades, that you could actually use this pivot to trade reactions, to gauge reactions, and to build your market context, and to actually enter possible positions. So it's very important to keep these in mind. And by the looks of it, this week it's kind of playing a role again. Now, as you can see, price is trying to get above it, or is slightly above it, but it's been kind of dancing. So I'm going to jump ahead. That's not the usual order of proceedings, but you can see even on a 15-minute time frame that the price even does start dancing around this line. So what I would do after I've done my high time frame analysis is I would jump in here and see what I have locally. Point of control, value area high. There's my high time frame pivot and the little local range to trade. So that's how you use the high time frame stuff for the lower time frame. But anyway, let's do it step by step. So that's one pivot to keep in mind. I'm just going to turn it back off. Then the weekly. That's since we're planning the week, this would be the interesting chart perspective, right? That was last week. A down wick and week, and it did clear these lows here, right? So not the previous day. Oh, sorry about that. So that's the one that last week was already giving us actionable trades. Yeah. And maybe this week again. But now, since these lows from at the beginning of May and that front run or that double bottom kind of thing here could have been a turnaround, and it was for quite a bit, but ended up coming back and clearing them now. Okay, fine. So be it. So the question is now, okay, we've taken the lows again. That's, yeah, especially since we did not manage to have a full rotation all the way to the top of this range here. This can be also considered more bearish, okay? So that pivot you can still keep in mind, but now, of course, another one that you definitely need to be aware of is the low that has been made, yeah, at 25.3. That's the standing one, and well, at least by the looks of it now, it's below the weekly open, so perhaps we go for that one again. And here's where it starts getting interesting, because this one is not just a pivot now, but it's actually almost the exact high that we had in February this year. Yeah, look at that, bing. And it's also the low from 1 year ago, May 2022. Yeah, look at that. So that low, well, okay, front run by a little bit. That low was then flipped or back tested as resistance here in August 2022. And again, February this year. Yeah, so this was a support, resistance, flip, right? And now we're coming back to it and perhaps flipping it to support. What does that mean? Well, the simplest thing or idea here would be to say, okay, these are my two pivots down here. One of them has already been reached, the other one not quite. Would be, well, kind of like what George was covering last Monday as well. Yeah. Going for the lows, tapping this area, and then start rotating higher. That would be the simplest thing to do. Of course, there's juicier stuff slightly lower, so we're going to have a look at that too. But that would be the most immediate possibility for a possible for a bullish turnaround. Okay, bullish turnaround. That means, why am I saying turnaround? Well, because we have a bearish downtrend, right? So reversal is possible, but you know, the trend is down as it stands. Okay, I'm going to throw on some levels as well. I know the dailies are already mixed in here. That's your next weekly level of support to the downside. So that's quite a bit at 22K. To the upside, you've got these 3 weekly levels up here. So they're a bit far away for now. And if we jump to the daily candles, then we start being, or these daily levels become more useful. Yeah. So those are especially interesting for here. Now I've drawn these 3, even though the fresh one from Saturday to Sunday, this is a daily level of support, has already been traveled through today. And we've also taken yesterday's low. Yeah, that's also a possible scalp trade right there. This is the lowest standing daily here. So this one I've left on because it's currently being worked on. This one here is just a very nice example that even though we are quite low, if you consider this, all of this a big range, yeah, this is still a possible trade right there. You create a level, a daily level of resistance, you backtest it on Saturday, yeah, and then phew, start moving back down. So as soon as you lose that daily open, of course, there should be a few more factors just to confirm, but basically you can already start thinking, oh, maybe I can get a short here. You have to take profit, of course, at levels of support. That's the problem here with shorting, that we're very, very close to support. So you don't have that much room to run, usually. But it did run not only to the lower daily, but also managed taking the lows, yeah? So this is actually quite nice to see that this can also be marked as, look at that, that's crazy. That is crazy, man, on a Saturday. So I don't trade weekends. So I missed this completely, yeah, this entire move up and back up to here. But I could not care less because I'm only interested in catching the next one, yeah, whenever I have time for it. And that's why I not only look at this asset, but look at several assets, because I'm not going to wait all day and sit around for Bitcoin to do something or some altcoin if I have legacy markets that are giving me wonderful actionable trades. Yeah, that's just silly, in my opinion. So that's our recommendation here, that you look at more than just one thing, because you might end up all day waiting for that trade setup that you were thinking about. Yeah, while moves are happening left and right all over the place. Yeah, there's all-time highs being made in other markets, and you're sitting here waiting for a mini range move to happen. That just doesn't make sense to me. But in any case, that was a very nice one. Still looking bearish though, right? So what would make this look a little bit better, locally speaking? Well, quite simply, get above this daily level and flip the daily open. This one here, yeah? That's where the candle opened, yeah? Today's candle, and of course this week's candle. It's also the weekly open. So actually we can mark it as that because it's a bit stronger, so to speak. Yeah, basically flip that because that means you have a support level that's being backtested. That would be what just happened, what's happening now. And then you start moving higher towards, for example, this old daily level. Since it's already been tapped, I wouldn't expect it to give such a nice reaction as it did on Saturday. But basically, yeah, weekend moves. The last one, let's check where the last one was. I know there was a cheeky one around here. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. Where was... Yeah, Sunday. That was it. That's the one I was looking for. Sunday, 28th of May. Yeah. So big move on a Sunday and gave it all back, right? So big move on a Saturday. Gave it all back. You know it. No, I don't know it. Nobody knows. But let's just say that it would be better if such moves happen during the New York session. Plain and simple. Okay. So we already start calculating possible stuff. Right now it looks very bearish and the market structure is down. So we can, turn off our little things. And this is, by the way, that's exactly the way you can approach all the other markets as well. Yeah. You don't need any fancy stuff. You can just keep things simple. So this is a downtrend, period. That's just the way it is. So for this to reverse, what needs to happen? Well, you need to start making higher highs and higher lows like this, right? Let me just move it a bit to the right. Yeah, you need to change the geometry of the chart. And right now the geometry is just down. Very channely, by the way. But yeah, it's just down. So first you will need to go sideways for a while and stop going down and actually start challenging the highs. Yeah, and retracement and pushing the highs and retracement. That's these are the entries that start looking a lot better. Those are the long entries. Right here, it's super aggressive. Of course, it can be done for scalp and day trades, but for a swing trade, man, you can wait. There's no need to rush. Because for now, this is just heading down and down and down. So we start looking at levels to the downside, obviously, right? So for that, it can take a while. So no rush there. But yeah, 25.9. So why am I, if I just said that this is very aggressive to think about longs, why am I even considering that? Well, this is a very interesting one. This is the volume profile for the weekly candles. And since we're planning the week ahead, that was last week. Yeah. It reached or tapped the point of control of the week before that from 2 weeks ago. And now the one from last week is hovering above us at 26.4. That's pretty cool. And you can also see, ooh, there's another one at 24.8. This one is a lot older. This one is from March. Yeah, so that's also a very interesting area that's just kind of very, very, very close. And you can see that we're right smack in the middle, right? Almost, now, okay, we're a bit higher, but almost in the middle between these two. So very, very interesting that if we do go for the lows again, perhaps not just those high time frame pivots from May last year and from February this year, but perhaps we go a little bit lower and tap something like this. Yeah. Ideally, you want to see a quick reaction off of that. If you stay there for too long, then you're just gaining acceptance into the lower ranges and perhaps, yeah. Then you just continue down, more likely, yeah. But we'll see. In any case, when I saw this as I was preparing for the stream, I just thought, oh man, that's sticking out like a sore thumb. Yeah, this is just... I don't know. It's annoying. So 26.4, and I just started thinking, all right, 26.4, what do we have at 26.4? And that's the reason I kept, now you know, that's the reason I'm keeping this daily level up here. Yeah. So basically reaching 26.4 or 26.5, it's 26.493, would get us back to this daily level. And it would give back the entire Saturday move during the week, right? There you go. So we gave back the Sunday move. This would give back the Saturday move. And it's still bearish market structure because you're not really going much higher. You're going a little bit higher, right? Okay, so that's the idea I'm favoring right now. Why? Well, because we're kind of fighting with this last stand area of support, kind of. Still struggle. Let's see where the VWAP is. So need to clear the daily level, need to clear the weekly open, and then this gains traction, right? So anything down here is a bit aggressive for now. It's a bit aggressive, but. Ooh. Well. My Michelle. Not bad at all. All right. That's good. Yes. And what else is good? The bullish CVD divergences that we were building here. Yeah. And so you can see we're stuck in yesterday's value area. So you could expect today to be pretty much stuck as well. Daily open inside. So nothing special there. We did take previous day's low. So previous day's high, look at that 26.2 would get us close to that daily level again. But what I especially like here, I don't know if you can see this, this candle going down here. This is exo charge, by the way, in case you don't know it. Here you can look inside the candles. So this is like Superman having X-ray vision. So on TradingView, you're like green, red, and that's all you see. And here you can actually see who's selling what, how much, and when. So it's like using cheat codes almost, no? And on this down candle, which took the lows, what was this? 6 hours ago? 7 hours ago? The interesting thing is that there was a lot of actual shorts opening in there. Yeah. There were actual, that's an increase in open interest. There were actual shorts opening in here. Of course, we don't know if they're up here or if they're down here, but the point of control is down here. So there is the possibility for these guys that aggressively tried to short the breakdown to now be stuck. They are slightly underwater, so they're already sweating a little bit. But there is a possibility of kicking them out before the next move down, which the markets, not just crypto, do very, very often. Okay? So that means up before down. That would add fuel to the fire, or to the theory of squeezing up to that short squeezing highs. It means that the shorts are just getting forced out of their positions. They have to close, and if a short position closes, then it's a market buy. Yeah, if the stop loss is a market, I hope they have a stop loss, or the liquidation, there will be market buy orders. That means price goes up, but it's most of the time an unhealthy move. In other words, contracts are closing in total. It's not actually fresh money coming in. It's just people leaving and getting kicked out, so to speak. So that's more immediate term. That's definitely an idea that I like very much. I'm going to turn everything off for a second because I want to show you two more things. The fixed range tool is super, super powerful. And I really do recommend that you use it. It takes 2 clicks, one on the left and the one on the right. Actually, you can have your settings to these are the settings I'm using, by the way. You can have it to extend right, and then it'll automatically always include the new price action. That's very nifty. The legal, or not legal, but the actual pool that's correct here, or would be correct, would be taking from this candle to now and say, okay, that's my upper range with deviations to the upside and to the downside, right? So leaving the range for a bit, but coming back, always coming back. So this could be a coming back kind of situation like it was up here, right? But for the downside. So this stuff, and this stuff could be, oops, that's an ugly one. Could be like this here and this here, yeah? You always come back to the range, yeah? And of course, point of control, very important. So if this is one of those, we'll see. You can see that that's going to be a big area of resistance. This little blue line right here, that's your value area low, okay? 26.68, so it's slightly higher than that daily level that we were looking at, which is here, okay? So that would be another problem area. That's one fixed range pool. And another one you could do, you can be a little bit more generous and say, all right, I want everything from the low, very significant low pivot that was put in March to now. Yeah, so it would be kind of an uptrend pool, including the upper range as well. And then of course pulls the value area low down a little bit. And it lines up very nicely with that daily level from back then, from end of May. And it's still also resistance. Yeah. So 26.3. There you go. That one lines up very nicely. Okay. That's the 26.4, 26.5. There you see. So this is a very nice area of resistance that if you are entering an aggressive long for that idea that I was just showing, no financial advice, of course, this has to be a take profit area because you don't know if it's actually going to make it past this or it's just going to reject again and go, yeah, to the other. Oh, look at that. It actually hit a level there without drawing. Ooh, no, it's too short. Maybe I hit the weekly. Oh, yeah, 23K. Oh, I think I hit the monthly. Let me just check. This is kind of funny now. Yes. Yeah, so that's a possibility too. So that's all I'm saying, yeah? This is bearish downtrend. We're losing support, or price is losing support, losing support. Yeah, it's not looking great. But I just don't like shorting the lows, man. Because when you short the lows, you get stuck in positions like this. That's a perfect example of it. Look at these guys. These guys tried to short the low, and now they're already sweating. And by the looks of it, they're going to get squeezed out. They're going to get stopped out before the actual move comes. All right, we shall see. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so you already even have locally bullish CVD divergences here as well. Yeah. Okay. So that would be the plan. Let's leave this for now and go to other tasty things. And wow. So thanks for the I see some people are requesting TA on an alt. Hallo, Grüße aus Deutschland. Hallo zurück. Can we have a look into the German, the DAX, and request that Solana as well? Well, for this stream, it's going to be too much. I guess I can keep it in mind. I don't trade the DAX actually, so I don't really even have TA on it, but I could do some. And I don't trade Solana or altcoins. The only one I've been doing is Ethereum. So I will cover Ethereum shortly, which can kind of help you gauge the other altcoins. Okay. Yeah. S&P 500, these are the E-mini futures, yeah, on the CME, on CME. And so these are running also when the market is closed. By the market, I mean the New York Stock Exchange, which is going to open in, 4 hours, 5 hours? Unless it's a holiday again? No, I don't think it is. Isn't there I better check. There's a June something. Oh no, I didn't check. Well, if it's not a holiday, then it should open in a few hours. In any case, this is a very high time frame analysis. But since we are trying to cover a plan for the week, first I'm going to turn everything off so that your eyes can actually see the chart, yeah, instead of a whole bunch of lines. It's been going basically up since mid-May. Green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. And it's not just going up, but it's actually beating very old levels of resistance. That was a weekly level from last August. Yeah, we're heading towards a year of data. Blasting through it, yeah, closing above it. And this week, by the looks of it so far, still wants to go higher. And you can see that we don't have, it's all red, red, red here. That means there's no weekly levels of resistance until all the way up here. And this is these are the actual levels. So that's the weekly I was keeping track of. And look at that. Close this week above it. Last week backtest. We talked about this as well. And updated this during the week. So backtest of the resistance level as support. Flip it. Yeah, now it's support and continue higher. Now, of course, we're a big area of resistance because this is the golden pocket from high to low. If you pull a fill retracement, that's your big golden pocket. So this is not usually an area where you're like, oh, I want to swing long and buy stocks because it's great. You can if you want, no financial advice, but know that you're an area of resistance. For now, it seems like it continues to go higher and it wants to go higher. And of course, for me, this is the best. This is an extremely, extremely juicy area where I will definitely take profits on long positions. I have to. Monthly level, 786 and value area high of everything since the Corona low until now. Yeah, that's just great, 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 great. So definitely keeping an eye on that area. This can continue to go up and there's not much to stop it really in between. So that would be a great area to go for, in my opinion. And then see what happens there. If it can flip it to support, new all-time highs. If not, then back down you go and you can rotate the entire range again. So that could be a very, very key turnaround point. If we look at individual stocks, yeah, so that momentum is up. That was the summary on that. Momentum is up. So don't, you could do whatever you want, of course. There are short scalps to be taken or day trades, of course, but be a little bit careful. Yeah. I think it's important to not try to catch the top and just let it actually start rejecting and, doing a little change in market structure. So you can actually say, okay, this is now looking more and more bearish and getting a bit later, at least for swing trades. Yeah. So Apple is very interesting because it broke out of this multi-year channel, backtested the 3-year value area high of everything in here, and just kept going and going and going. This is an old monthly level that I've been using, and of course the former all-time highs from January 22. And there you go. Apple has made a new all-time high, immediately retreated. Yeah, that was last Monday, but that's okay. That monthly level is holding. So for me, all is fine. And now you have a fantastic, wonderful little local range to trade. Look at this. This is fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Look at that. Boom. From high to low. Of course, now we're at resistance. Yeah. And at, of course, or I would do at the fixed range pull as well. I'm actually want to include that first candle too. There we go. So it's actually trying to get out of the value area, backtesting the value area high as support. And you can see it's a resistance area now being flipped to support as we speak. And this is your little resistance, local resistance area. Yeah. Be careful with assets that go on all-time high. Do I hear sound? Be careful with assets that have made new all-time highs, because this is price discovery mode. Of course, immediately pulling back kind of reminds us of Bitcoin. When was it? Last year, when it made a new all-time high and then immediately lost it and it turned really, really bearish, right? That can happen too, of course. But then, in my opinion, this monthly level needs to be lost down here. Yeah, and more importantly, this year. So it's still looking absolutely okay. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. All right, let's see. So as you can see, for me, New York session, very important. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not in a rush to enter any trades. US dollar index. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. There's a weekly level of resistance that was created, backtested last week. And this week we're moving down. And yeah, that seems to be a very, very reasonable bias for this week. And to be honest, this monthly level is what I like the most, because if I take from low to high, the fib retracement, the 786 lines up with it very, very nicely. There is a yearly level in between, right? So I will be definitely watching that one. And this is basically what this rejected from. Yeah, from high to low. That's what we were looking at already last week, as this being a possible turnaround area. Of course, there's you can see I have an alert still for that monthly level. That would have been nice too. But the tap of this weekly level up here was really, really great. Yeah, really, really nice. Very, very nice. And from there, from that old weekly level here from March, just pulled back, created another weekly, pulled back, and continues to pull back. So this seems to be in the range rotation that I've been talking about for a while. So this could continue to remain range bound like this. Yeah, there's no need to break up higher or break down lower. It can actually range for a very long time. Okay, very long time. But that already gives you possibilities to actually do very nice swing trades on this. For example, on an inverse pair like the EURUSD. Yeah, so this is basically the chart turned around, so to speak, since it does exactly the opposite, or pretty much the opposite. So you can do the same from low to high, golden pocket support. Now we have a fresh weekly level of support. So if we do have a pullback this week, that's the weekly level that would be very, very interesting at 107. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, well, I have it twice. Yeah, there you go. We don't need it twice. So that would be a very interesting area of support where a possible long can be taken. Yeah, for example, take out, I don't know, last week's high, then reject from there, come back down, hit this. So we would have a local range to trade and then start rotating. If the DXY, the US dollar, rotates down to that monthly, then this can rotate up to this weekly level. Okay, that's the main idea on that. So this definitely seems to have found support here with 3 weekly candles. So it's taken a while. And now the 4th one seems to be taking off. We're just starting the week. Yeah. So that's why, I don't want to get overexcited. And even if this is the low right now and we start moving up, well, then I'll just find another place to get in later on the lower time frames. Okay. I would have preferred for this support level to be backtested, but we'll see. So in any case, long bias for the week, ideally with a backtest of this weekly level. So somehow manage to go down first. And there is one thing that kind of annoys me, which is, let me see if I still have it here. Yeah, that point of control down here. That point of control was not hit, so that's a bit annoying. But okay, it is what it is. I guess we'll just leave that as pending. maybe another time. Yes, all right. So that's that. That would be the bias on this. Of course, I'm also keeping track of on GBP USD. And yeah, let's see. Actually, just for fun, I'm gonna mark 2 more things since yeah, so you get an idea of how I do this. I would mark this and I would mark that. I think I already did it before. And then we can go down here and see what's what. All right. See, and that's how you can start building a little, oh, yeah. That's, yeah, these highs suck, man. So this is like, you make a high and then price gets very close to it, but does not actually go beyond it and pull back. So a swing failure pattern type of move. So that definitely is something that needs to, yeah, that's what I would expect to get cleaned out. So a possible trade, we'll see, would be getting up here and failing to stay above the previous week high. Moving back, weekly open has to be a take profit area, of course. And there's your weekly level. That would be nice, just to head higher again. Yeah, so this could give us a very nice rotation. That would be great. So definitely, yeah, definitely gonna watch this level next and see what happens here. We can, of course, blast through it, yeah? If this has enough bullish momentum and the other one looks very weak, the dollar, then it could definitely go up, okay? But it's definitely an area of interest. Cool. So we do have something to do already. See, I don't have time to wait for Bitcoin, man. Look at this. It's no time to wait. All right, Ethereum. So why do I want to look at Ethereum? Because sometimes it's helpful to see if it gives us a heads up for Bitcoin. And interestingly enough, the Ethereum chart does have some differences compared on a high time frame compared to the Bitcoin chart. It looks a bit better. Yeah, even though they're very similar, this one is actually above that old pivot from 2021, which is actually an insane resistance area for months and months and months and months and months. And now could we backtest it as support? All right. That's all I'm saying on this one. That, of course, it looks terrible too. Very bearish. But so far, it's not game over yet. One thing that is a little bit more bearish, and I've been saying that I think pretty much on every update, is that if you pull a fixed range for the entire chart on Bybit, this is Ethereum USD on Bybit, by the way, the point of control is here. So more bullish is to be above 1800. Okay, you don't want this as resistance. You don't want this as resistance. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So for a bullish case and to open up the top part of the chart, which is, you know, quite a juicy run, to be honest, all the way up to here easily, you need to clear 1800. Yeah. As long as we're dancing around it, be a bit more cautious, I would say. Actually, do whatever you want. And then we can do the same trick. Yeah. Uptrend, or since this low pivot here, just like on Bitcoin. And look at that. Ha! How do you like them apples? Value area low. See, that's why you can't. You can do whatever you want, but I'm not shorting that. I am not shorting that. I want to short here at the highs, at the value area high. Yeah, as high as possible. Always as high as possible. Not down here. Not down here. So my bias has to be either find a long or go higher for a better short. That's all. It's a shame we didn't take the previous week low. That's a shame. That is a shame. That is a shame. Ah, look at that. See, previous month low. So if these pivots are close, definitely add them to your analysis. Look at that. Look at that. Let's pull this. All right. Where's our weekly open? So that's the one to beat as well. Yeah, so it's basically, it ends up being the same analysis. Yeah. So basically, the guys that were asking for other charts, you can just follow this process and do it for the assets that you're interested in. It really doesn't matter which asset, to be honest. And look for the same things. Yeah, it would have been nice to take these lows as well, but okay. So yeah, this is, as you can see, weekly open, value area high locally. That's your area of resistance for now. VWAP is already support. Nice. So this one's looking a little better, okay? This one's looking a little better. And daily open has already been reached. So for scalp longs, that's already a very nice take profit area right there. Boom. And then let's see what happens next. Let's see what happens next. Yeah. So you can already see here positions closing. In other words, shorts likely from here have already been stopped out here. That's what this means. Okay. So that process that I was talking about has already begun to happen. Maybe there's a bit more. Okay. So it's not a strong move up. It's a weak move up. It's a weak move up. That's fine though. It still gets you to your target, right? All right. All right. Let's see if you guys have some questions because we're out of time. Ding dong. We're out of time. All right. Let's see what you guys are up to. So Ardo Edu, any chance on Tiana now? Oh yeah, I answered that one already. And trading queen as well. Yeah, don't trade the DAX, but just do the same things. Build your horizontals, pop on a fixed range, and fib retracement. And with that, you will have a great idea of where things are and where they could head to next. Yeah, we also post ideas on Discord, so you can check those out too. Can we take a peek at Sol? Yeah, Solana. I haven't looked at Solana in so long, man. It's crazy. Woo! It's so long. Yeah, my altcoins are, so to speak, the legacy markets. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. But it's due to contract rotation, not actual price rotation. ES is not taking high out of 4,300. 4,300. Let's see what you guys or what you're looking at, Simon. This one here. Yeah, you can definitely keep that one in mind too. So these are pivots that you can definitely keep in mind. Yeah, market like this, 4325.2, very nice. And you can just, okay, this is the Yoanda chart, but it doesn't matter. It's the same principle, really. Actually, it's not. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's because of the contango. Yeah. Because this one just shot up. Yeah. That's right. This one just shot up. All right. So this one has taken that one. So you have to use the local one for this one, like the previous week high in this case. Okay, this one here. Or you use the, oh, that's very interesting. Ooh. And yeah, and you can already see on this one as well. I didn't show you this one, but that's actually the main chart that I'm using. The point of control on this one is different. On the other one is support. On this one, it's right in front of your face. So that would prevent it from reaching that monthly level, possibly. Yeah. And you can definitely, most definitely, absolutely, you can definitely use this for intraday trading. Look at that. Yeah, because you would take last week's high as well. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, that's definitely something you can use. Just be careful because it's been very bullish, right? So it can tear through anything like it's not even there. That's all I'm saying. But definitely this could sneak up here and then come back down. Ideally, New York session. This is all offline stuff, basically. This is nothing. This is low volume stuff, okay? I want to see the actual market open with the big boys in play, okay? And then if you get something at the right time, like this, woohoo, that's an actionable trade right there, definitely. Possible little day trade short, but for a very bullish asset. So careful with that. All right. To contract rotation and actual price action. Yeah, that's the comment about contract rotation and price action. That's always the eternal debate between technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So that you have to pick whatever you want. This is all based on technical analysis, so the fundamentals are less important. Do I hear sound? Yeah, I hope you do. X-ray monthly eye is funny. Yeah, that's really what this is. Because here, I mean, all you see are candles, and you're like, oh my god, there's a wick, there's a candle. That's nice, very important information. Open, high, low, close. But here I can see, yeah, you can see. Look, these are actual market aggressive buying orders right here. And aggressive selling orders, and you can see where they accumulate, where people are doing silly stuff, and when you start seeing silly stuff, you're like, okay, this is probably gonna head out another way. Spy, yeah, that was basically Victor San. Hey mate. So yeah, Spy, we covered the S&P 500, basically. That's it. All right, thank you very much for tuning in. That would be, I hope I made my my ideas clear. That's what I'm looking at. Sometimes you'll notice that some assets are more difficult to get a nice bias on. That's fine. That's conflicting information, and that's fine. And some others are pretty crystal clear, yeah? And before you waste your time with suboptimal trades, try to find setups that are very, very crystal clear, clear-cut, good risk management, and good risk reward. That's extremely important, yeah? If you don't have room to run, then it's not going to be a good trade, yeah? Here you have very nice room to run for a swing trade. Very nice room to run as well. Of course, there's things that locally you need to pay attention to, but in the end, the swing trade doesn't really care if this goes like this, and like that, right? For day trading, this is very important, but for the swing trade, it's less important because it's been basically stacking buy orders in here for days and days and days, right? That's a different type of trading. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, I do Forex, EURUSD and GBP USD. Those are my favorite pairs. Chaba. Alrighty. If you have any more questions, jump over on Discord. The link should be in the description. And you can just pop over there and send me your questions or ask stuff. Okay? Take care. Have a good one. And of course, we're going to be posting regular updates on this for the Asgardians and the Bifrostians in the Discord. And I'm going to be posting about gold as well. I didn't cover gold. But then that's where we post daily updates on everything. You know, when these things actually happen in real time, when this is actually happening, I'm like, okay, I like this. I took a short. I didn't take a short. I'm not going to give signals, that's for sure. But I'm definitely going to post my ideas and you can do whatever you want with them. But no signals. Alrighty. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic week. And I'll see you next week is in 2 weeks then for the public update. Okay? Bye-bye. Take care. Tschüss.